Hey there, welcome back to another video. This time it is another vlog slash unboxing video. Most of it's going to be an unboxing showing a couple things that I picked up. Actually, one thing that I picked up recently. And I'll save the rest for part 2 of the epic enormous DVD and Blu-ray update, because that's still coming. I just need to set aside the time for it. I have to work later today, so that's why I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible. Anyway, you also might notice this. Well, you know, just that kind of time of year sometimes, like it gets really dry or whatever. Really what it is I think I've been drinking way too much caffeine, and that tends to like give me some kind of breakout some places. But I've been drinking a lot of caffeine because it's how I keep my energy going when I'm going to work. So I don't know, maybe I need to think of something else. Like some other way to keep up energy, a natural way that doesn't involve caffeine, that's make my face break out like crazy. But anyway, that's what that is, which I'm pretty sure you've noticed already. And I wanted to talk about this. This is a one of those retro slipcases for Total Recall. This is something that Walmart is doing. It's a Walmart exclusive. They have a bunch of other titles from Lionsgate and Warner Brothers with these retro slipcases. I went with this one because I've been trying to get Total Recall on Blu-ray for a while, and I actually really like this. I think that's really cool. The Carlico Home Video label. Lobel. What the hell is Lobel? I don't know what a Lobel is. And this one, it has the mind-bending edition, which is the one I wanted anyway. So, because it has extra features on the Blu-ray that I don't believe are on the initial Blu-ray release. So it's got this pretty cool slipcase, which looks like a retro VHS, and it's got all of the features and everything from the mind-bending edition. So yeah, and it was only $7.50, so it was a great deal. So yeah, really glad I picked that up. I went to Walmart because I was trying to find the Mill Creek releases of films like Silent Rage, but those weren't in stock yet. The slots were there and they were empty, so I was worried that some scalpers had showed up and just like bought them all. But that's not the case. They're just out of stock. I mean, they're just not in stock yet. But I heard through the grapevine that they'll be in stock sometime next week. So I will definitely be on the lookout for those. Now I'm going to get to the stuff that Johnathan sent me. First off, he sent me a letter, and it's a really long one. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to save this for a separate video. I'm going to do a little bit of a Q&A kind of thing, where because he asked me a good amount of questions in this letter, and so I wanted to give them the most time that I possibly can, because I'm gonna kind of in a little bit of a scramble right now because I have to get ready for work soon. But I definitely have to say I flipped through it. There's some really great anecdotes, some really great stuff in here, Johnathan, and I will talk more about it in depth in another video sometime down the road. Now we're getting to the stuff that he sent me. Now, first off, we'll start with some DVDs. A couple animes for the anime collection, Spirited Away, which I've heard a lot of amazing, great things about. So, definitely curious about this. This is supposed to be like one of the best animes ever. Demon City Shinjuku, which is, I believe, it says it's from the director of Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust, and Ninja Scroll. Alright. This might be pretty cool. So, Demon City Shinjuku. And then he sent me a few Blu-rays. The Crow, which is really cool, because, to be honest, the only film in the franchise that I really like is the first film anyway. So, definitely glad to have this for the collection. And then he sent me a handful of Scream Factory releases that have been on my wish list. In the Mouth of Madness with the collector's edition, I'm so glad to have this finally. Huge fan of this movie. This has a new 4K scan of the film plus a bunch of new features and stuff like that. really looking forward to checking the features out, as well as watching the film again with a better transfer than the DVD, because from what I was watching before was either the DVD or the Laserdisc that I have. So this is really awesome. In the Mouth of Madness, arguably the last great Carpenter film. Then he also sent me Trick or Treat, the collector's edition, which I will check out sometime this month, because it's a horror anthology, and honestly, I actually haven't seen this yet, and I know it's crazy. I'm a huge horror anthology fan, and I haven't seen what's considered to be one of the best horror anthologies in the past decade or so. So, you know, it's one of those things where I just never really got around to seeing it. So now I will definitely get the opportunity to do so. And it has a bunch of features and everything, as well as a new transfer. Now, I don't know if it actually has a new transfer, though. It doesn't say new transfer. I think it's the same transfer as the Blu-ray, but like it was adjusted a little bit. Now, this is one of those ones that was from Mexico. So, I did see some scratches on the inner ring. Now, I don't know how bad they are. I mean, I did see them normally. I don't see scratches on the inner ring of the disc, but there are scratches on this inner ring. I will see for sure soon enough whether or not they affect the playback on my Blu-ray player. Because what I've heard is that it affects the playback on some people's players, but it doesn't on others. So, we shall see. But I can confirm that there are scratches on the inner ring of this disc. Now, it's nothing that is Johnathan's fault or anything like that. This is just something that's an issue with a good chunk of these releases of this particular collector's edition from Scream Factory. And the reason why? Well, because they got a new distributor. So they got a new manufacturer in Mexico. So yeah, Trick or Treat collector's edition. Can't even say the word for some reason. I'm just hitting that mid-afternoon wall right now, so forgive me. And then he sent me two other Blu-rays. Return of the Living Dead. The Return of the Living Dead Collector's Edition. Do you wanna party? It's party time. So this one is a 2-disc special edition. It has a 2K scan of the film, plus a bunch of other features. So this is really awesome. This had been on my wish list for a while. So really glad to have this in my collection. Thanks to Johnathan. And he also sent me Return of the Living Dead Part 2, the collector's edition, which is also really cool. It says a 2K scan of the film, a bunch of other features and stuff like that. I don't know if this release has the original soundtrack or not. I've heard conflicting reports. I've heard that it does. I've heard that it doesn't. Either way, this is definitely an upgrade over the DVD that I had. So, thank you. Big, huge thanks goes out to Johnathan Lindsay for sending me all of these wonderful gifts. And for the letter, which I will definitely get to soon enough. I just don't feel I can do it justice right now because I only have a very limited amount of time. But anyway, yeah. In terms of just quick little thoughts on some movie news, I know that there's going to be a PG-13 cut of Deadpool 2 coming out. I don't like this at all. This screams of a backdoor test from Disney to see if a PG-13 Deadpool can work. And I hate that idea. It takes away a lot of what makes Deadpool unique in terms of separating him from other comic book films and stories and approaches. And I'm not looking forward at all to Disney's idea of Deadpool being PG-13 and trying to just shoehorn him in the MCU. Which, if this PG-13 cut of Deadpool 2 is successful, or even moderately successful on a limited run, Disney's going to look at that. It's going to be like, well, people are enjoying it. People are definitely into it, so then they're going to make him PG-13. I guarantee it. If this is a hit, Watch. Watch. Bob Iger said this. He said he'd keep it R. Bob Iger said that shit for PR reasons. More than likely, Bob Iger and the rest of Disney would rather have Deadpool be a part of their PG-13 MCU, considering how popular that character is with teenagers, than having him be in an R-rated only universe. Also, it's a lot easier for them to do. It's a lot easier for them to have an a non-R-rated Deadpool in their MCU than it is to have an R-rated Deadpool. It's also a lot more marketable, and they can make more money. And that's all they really care about in the end, is making more money. So, no, to me, it's not a good sign at all. I heard rumors that the Fox-Disney merger could be finalized as soon as 2019. If that's the case, then that explains this. This isn't a normal sort of thing for Fox to do, to release a PG-13 cut of an R-rated film. So, yeah, I personally think this is something that Disney is responsible for. I don't have the proof, but it sounds like something that they'd be responsible for. And yeah, I think I think it's a test run. It's a test run for PG-13 Deadpool. As for anything else, when it comes to like movies coming out, the only one that I'm really, really looking forward to, I guess, would be, especially when it comes to November, is Overlord. I really like the trailer for it, and I like the concept, and I'm definitely curious about it. As for Halloween, I will give it a shot, and more than likely I probably will see it in the theater, probably sometime next week, after I revisit the entire Halloween franchise. As for upcoming reviews, I got a review and rant of Hereditary coming up, as well as a review of Beyond the Black Rainbow. I'd probably say Beyond the Black Rainbow will come first, and then I will do a rant and review of Hereditary, followed by a review of Searching, which I saw recently and absolutely adored. I thought it was a great film. And then after that, I will get into the Halloween franchise. And if I have time, then I'll review stuff like Trick or Treat and Tales from the Hood, and give my thoughts on Creepshow films and so on and so forth. But that's only if I have time. I don't want to burn myself out too much. I have school, my podcast, work, and YouTube. So now I'm juggling 4 different things at once now, folks. So I'm just gonna get things in as soon as I can when it comes to YouTube. But work and school definitely take a priority over YouTube. But I'm definitely going to take the time, but it might take a little bit more time than anticipated, and there might be a little bit longer of a wait for certain content, or just for content period to appear on this channel. And the only other thing I can think about that I would do is the second part of the DVD and Blu-ray update. But anyway, which I don't know if I want to wait. No, I probably won't, because I do have some stuff that I'm waiting for in the mail. I took advantage of Arrow Video's Halloween sale. I got Carrie, Burnt Offerings, Runaway Train, and what was the other one? I got Carrie, Burnt Offerings, Runaway Train, and The Slayer for like $40 shipped overseas, which is a really good deal. They were about $9.50 each. And then I also took advantage of some titles that were for sale on Hamilton Book, and I got The Running Man, the All of Films Blu-ray, and I got like not 1, not 2, but 3 Blue Underground 2-packs, and I also picked up Neon Maniacs, the Code Red release on DVD, and I also got a couple books and stuff like that will be coming in the mail. One's called The Encyclopedia of Monsters by Jeff Rovin, which I've been trying to get my hands on for years. That book was my childhood. I checked out that book all the time at my local library in Lake Oswego, Oregon, and I am really looking forward to actually having my own copy. And I also got a Facts on File magazine, sort of like little mini book about the 80s Twilight Zone, which actually should be coming later today in the mail. And then I also picked up from eBay, I got the Laserdisc of Dracula, the 1979 film with Frank Langella, directed by John Badham, because the Laserdisc, the original Laserdisc, which is the one that I got, is the only way to actually see the film the way it was intended to be seen in the theater. Because for some reason John Badham decided to, down the road, change the color timing to make it all dark and dingy and gray, because he wanted to make it closer to like grayscale or look like an old Victorian photograph. And I get what his vision is, but that's not really the way the film was seen in theaters. And when you look at the trailer for the film, it's got all these lush colors and everything, and it looks so much better than what it looks like on Blu-ray or DVD. So I'm really curious to see the Laserdisc and to see the brighter colors for myself. The only other way to do that is to watch the original VHS release, but the Laserdisc will be a little bit better. And I won it off an auction, and it wasn't that bad in terms of price. And I did also change my order for Batman the Animated Series, the box set. I went with the UK release because it has similar box art as the US limited edition, but it doesn't have the stupid Funko Pops. And I don't care about Funko Pops. I could care less about them. So I went with the UK one. It's region free, has has very similar cover art, and it also is a bit cheaper. It cost me about $20 cheaper to get it shipped from the UK than the US. So I'll get it. I'll have to wait a little bit longer because I'll get it like in the middle of November, but it's worth it to me because I'm not paying as much, and it's more of the type of box set that I like. It's not the stupid Funko Pops, which would just be sticking out like a sore thumb. But anyway, yeah, that's really all I can really say. In terms of movie news, in terms of news, personal news, in terms of stuff that I picked up, and the only other things that I'd probably pick up soon would be I'd go back to Walmart sometime next week and try to get Silent Rage. And that's all. But anyway, that's all I have to say for this particular unboxing / vlog. And stay tuned for whatever comes next. And I hope you continue to enjoy this Halloween season. And I will see you later. See ya.